Hey everybody. Yes, this is kind of a tower of power, but it's also a kind of a Concord boat, and it's actually kind of like really the trailer. So, this tire on this side, when I bought this boat, is a Dego Trax. God, I don't know what it is. I don't know if that's one of the original tires or not, but it has really bad checking. And it does not hold air. We actually just threw some air in it just to get it over here to the house so we could use the impact driver to take the wheel off. That's a 14-inch rim. Oddly enough, over here on this side, there is a Carrier spelt with a K, so that can't be an American company. Lodestar, which I looked up online, and apparently there's pretty cheap wheels and tires you can buy for trailers. So that looks like a brand new rim with the tire mounted on it, and that's held air all winter. So it appears to be a good tire. It is, I don't know what load range this was. This is a load range C, I think. So I looked around for used trailer tires this size online. This is a 205/75 R14. And it says for trailer service only. Somewhere on here, I don't remember where, it does say the load range. I'm pretty sure it's a C. And anyways, I looked around online, Craigslist, Marketplace, everywhere, and like the closest thing I could find was a 45-minute drive from here. There was a guy who had a 5-lug rim with a 14-inch tire on it. Same brand as this. And it had the date right on it because there's a date right there on the rim. This one is a 2013. And his was a 2009, which means that his is now like 10 or 11 years old. And he wouldn't take less than 50 bucks for it. So I was like, well, I could drive 45 minutes, pay 50 bucks for that, come back, slap it on, and be good to go. Or I call my local tire guy just over the line in Connecticut, who usually gives me pretty good deals on tires. And he says, yeah, I can put a tire on there for you. I forgot what he quoted me. But then he said, you know, and then if you want to go up to load range D, which is a better tire and in a better brand than this, $91 and change mounted with a brand new tire. So I'm just going to do that and be done with it. So we'll run this one on this side until it's no good anymore. And then eventually, if we have to replace this one, I'll change this one to a load range D. So we'll have two different load range tires on here, and they run different tire pressures, but other than that, they should be fine. The tread pattern's going to be close enough, I guess, or whatever. So I was going to let Mark do this, but he's walking away, so I guess he has no interest. Oh, wait, he's coming back now.
Slowly.
All right, Mark, why don't you grab the hearing protection I got up on top of the thing there. Just do it. You're going to have to learn how to do it.
I don't want to do it.
Why not?
Sorry, I don't want to do it.
All right, D-, you're up. Aiden, you want to tell everybody why your nickname is D-? Report cards came out. Algebra not looking. Go ahead, keep going. What's the matter? Stuck in there?
Yeah.
You know what you do? You just don't. No. Because if it doesn't go on straight, you'll cross thread it in a heartbeat. Then you'll mar up the threads. It'll be a whole thing. There you go. Good. That's it. Well, as soon as do you have them all loosened?
This one won't come out.
What do you mean it won't come out?
I didn't loosen it all the way.
Because we don't have it jacked up yet. All right, go ahead, pump the jack. Oh, hold on a second. Go move that chalk block to the other wheel. In front of it.
It is.
Okay. All right, just checking.
Think this is good enough?
Probably not. Doesn't look like it's off the ground. When you can turn the wheel, then you know it is.
It is off.
Okay, good.
We should get snap-on those things, ratchet straps.
Snap-on only the best for me. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Yeah, don't go. I was gonna say, don't go crawling under there to get anything. What'd you do? You took my grease cap off? Oh my goodness! All right, so go ahead and lay that down. Let's take a look at it. See how gnarly that tire is. Oh yeah, look at that. No wonder why it leaks.
It's like the ATV tires that you used to have.
Yep. All right. We'll throw that in the car and get another. All right. So it's been a couple of days, and got back from the tire place, and we got a Power King tire, radial tire, and this is I believe this is an 8-ply tire. So brand new tire, mounted, new valve stem, whatever, $90. So they don't give them away, but that's actually reasonable. So Aiden's gonna put it back on now. Well, it's a 5-lug rim, so there should be 5 holes that 5 of the studs come through. There you go. Grab a nut.
Oh, it's the blocks in here, which it's resting on.
Yeah, so grab a nut, lug nut, and put it on so it doesn't, so your wheel won't keep falling off on you. All right. And then what you can do is you can bring the jack over here, put the jack under the axle, jack it up a little bit so you can get those blocks out of your way, and you'll be good to go. And don't worry about that. Now you don't gotta go, as soon as you get those high enough for those blocks to get out of there, and you're good to go.
Do you have an impact driver?
Not yet. I'm gonna have to get it for you. Don't go too crazy with the impact driver because we're going to use a torque wrench to do the final tightening, okay? Aiden?
Yeah, why won't it go on?
It should go on. Click it. Just give it a good...
It's not going on.
You're hilarious. I love how you make, like, you give up so quickly on something and then you look at me with that look like, don't do that. What are you doing? There you go. It's you can't take a square shaft, put it at about 45 degrees to the square hole, and then wonder why it doesn't go in. Now we go crisscross, right? Yeah, there you go. Is that all of them? Mm-hmm. All right. So now you can lower it down, put the weight. Yeah, you can actually have to stand up. I know, it's tough. Jesus.
That went down fast.
Yeah, well, you turned it too quickly. All right, so I just looked up the torque specs. There's a website called eTrailer, and they give you like the specs. It's actually based on the thickness of the studs. So we want to know how thick those studs are. They should be either 1/2 inch or 9/16. So I got this little pocket jump caliper thing, right? So you just set this to, you pull this out. You see how it says inside and outside? Mm-hmm. We are using the outside, which means the thing we're going to measure is where my thumb is.
Yeah.
So if we line that up with the 1/2 inch mark, there it is. So that's 1/2 inch. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to go, okay, is that 1/2 inch? And it is. See?
Yeah.
Because 9/16 is even bigger. So So it says at like 75 to 85 foot-pounds, so 75 is plenty. So we're going to set my torque wrench to 75 pounds. All right, so I set it to 65, because we'll bring them all up to 65 first, and then we'll go to 75. Put one hand on here to study this. There you go. And then that's it. That's how you do it. Not so fast, not so fast. You want to sneak up on it. When you go really fast like that, you're actually going past the 65.
Did I already do that?
You just did that one, yeah. So, yep, that'll be a good one. Gotta do that one. Now, while we got that still set at 65, let's check the other ones. Well, better safe than sorry. Okay, so now we're going to reset that to 75. All right, so we reset the torque wrench to 75 foot-pounds. We're going to sneak up on it a lot quicker now, so. Yeah, that one you did extra hard with the impact driver, apparently. All right, good to go. You already did that one.
I'm making sure.
Okay.
I can't.
You can't. Boy, you gave up real quick on that too. All right, I got all the junk that I had stored in the boat for the winter out of it. And a lot of that and some other stuff I wanted to get out of my way is now stored in here, so we can't get the boat all the way in, but it'll be out of the weather some. But the reason why I'm not taking it out and doing anything more with it today is because I've got to resolve this ordering the remaining parts that I need. And right now I have been hemming and hawing over pulling the trigger on the new cable for the steering. I mean, I know I need the new cable, we decided that, but I had a couple of alternatives, and what I'm contemplating doing is upgrading to a feedback. I forget what they call it, but basically it's the steering rack and cable system that has some sort of feedback system built into it. And the idea behind it, I think from what I understand, is if for some reason, like when you accelerate, the rotation of the prop wants to turn the motor suddenly, instead of feeling that as a jerking on your hand from the steering wheel, or just the constant pulling on your hand of the steering wheel trying to rotate to one position because of the motion of the prop, the motor just wants to naturally keep turning. And so the idea being that that would all be negated by this feedback system. So that was a really long, boring explanation, wasn't it? All right, all I need to know now is I want to know whether or not the helm that's in there now has that system already in it. Because if it does, then I'm just going to get a replacement cable, because you can actually buy a cable. If it doesn't, I found somebody on eBay selling a brand new open box helm with cable assembly that normally is like a $300 deal that I think I can get for like 120 bucks. Which I probably should just do that anyways, but I'm checking. So my gut feeling is that this doesn't have that mechanism in it at all, because this wheel just spins so easily. But there could still be a clutch in there. Since the cable, the rack is completely disconnected from this, I guess it would spin easily no matter what. Alright, so looking up underneath here at this thing, I actually don't see anything, but I think if this is one of these feedback deals, I think that clutch mechanism would actually be in this part right here. Okay, and I'm wondering what this is. This is some sort of a thing just hanging down. Looks like if I put it up this way, I might be able to... I don't know. See, this almost seems like an adjustment of some type. And this does say Morse, which I kind of figured. I already knew this was a Morse. Yeah, this is a Morse. This has Morse controls, but I already figured out from comparing this online to other ones that this is a Morse Command 200. So I don't see any part numbers on there. I'm gonna have to lay on my back in this filthy floor and see what we got. All right, I don't see anything for numbers or anything underneath here. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to tell by a part number whether or not this is a command thing. Like I said, we got this weird control underneath here. I think this is just a straight helm. So I think I'm going to try and get that fancier helm on this thing.